My daddy left us. I was only 6 months older than you are now. I don't remember him. You will remember me.
To take on a role like Jackie Robinson, obviously the pressure is just unbelievable, but I was wondering if you could sit in a theater with him, watch 42, and then when you're done, lean over and say, okay, did I get this part right? What is the part you would most want to ask him about?
Wow. There's some things in the movie that, we can't definitely say that they happened. In other words, and that was like actually the deepest and hardest part for me is the scene in the tunnel where he breaks down. I asked Rachel Robinson, did he ever break down? Did he ever lose it? And she basically said she never saw it because he didn't bring that into their space. They had a cherished space, and it tells you a lot about their relationship that they made sure that they sort of supported each other and stayed strong for each other. So he would, go hit golf balls or have different activities that he would go do to keep that from coming into the house. And then, Brian Helgeland talked to Ralph Branca and said, did you ever see him break down? And Ralph Branca just, says he has guts. He had more guts than anybody else that I ever met. Yet Rachel Robinson approved the script. She looked at the script. She looked at all the drafts of it. She never cut that part out of it. So she understood that he had to have this moment. And so, for me, I thought, it would be amazing to talk to him and ask him, did we get that right?
Right.
Did we get, did we dive into the dark spaces that you had to go into in order to come out of it?
Jackie Robinson, a black man in white baseball.
I want you to know I'm there for you.
In my heart.
Think about the abuse that he's gonna take.
Your enemy will be out in force, but you cannot meet him on his own low ground.
What you gonna do if one of these pictures throws through your head?
I'll duck.
So, Mr. Ford, I have a bit of an embarrassing confession to make. Movies, great sports inspirational movies like this tend to make me tear up a little bit. I start crying about 30 seconds in. So I was wondering, what are the kinds of movies, what are the aspects of movies that bring a tear to your eyes? What makes Harrison Ford cry?
It ain't that hard.
Oh, really?
It ain't that hard. I respond the same way you do. I emotionally invest in a good story and am often moved in movies. There's a good reason for it. It's dark. There's music, and you feel human. I think one of the best things about movies is reinforcing your common humanity. And that's something I often feel in the movies.
One of my favorite scenes in the movie is you're talking to an opposing manager from one of the other ball clubs, and he doesn't want to play because Jackie Robinson's on your team, and you say, you know what, when you go to heaven and you look at God and you ask him why you didn't forfeit, what are you going to say? So I was wondering, when that day comes and you're not here anymore and you go up there and you see God, what is that question that you think he's going to ask you?
I think the first thing God's going to say to me is, you're much better looking in person. And welcome. Sit down, relax, have a good time.
Mark my words and circle this date. Negroes are gonna run the white man straight out of baseball.
This ain't the America I know. You hear me?
If they knew you, they would be ashamed.
If Robinson can help us win, then he is going to play on this ball club.
You don't belong here, and you never will.
Get off the field.
Brooklyn Dodgers ain't changing our way of living.
It's amazing that 70 years later, that Jackie Robinson is one of, if not the most kind of legendary, influential baseball players of all time. And I was wondering, in 70 years, who is that sports player today, or is there a sports player today that we're going to be talking about that is going to be influential in another 70 years?
Well, it's difficult because when you talk about Jackie Robinson or Muhammad Ali, you're talking about people that influenced us through their athleticism and through their skill set, but also they they were socio-political figures. And I'm not sure if anyone right now is doing that exact thing on the same level that they did, despite the fact that there's more opportunity to do it through Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, and you can reach the world much more easily than they could have. Yet the impact that they have, it's still reverberating into this time.
You're wearing me down.
You are not the only one with something at stake here.
You want a player who doesn't have the guts to fight back?
No, I want a player who's got the guts not to fight back.
It's amazing that Jackie Robinson and Branch, they really changed baseball more than I think it's ever going to be changed. Now, I feel like you've been in this business long enough to be able to see a lot of great changes. What is the best change that you've seen happen in this business since you've been in it?
Well, it's a cyclical business. I've seen it come and go. I mean, I was lucky enough to come into the business when the movies were probably in one of their heydays. I don't know that I've seen great strides since then.
Really?
Well, I think the home entertainment and the availability of films on other formats has made it more convenient, but I don't know that it's made it that much better.
Now, one of the things that you and I have always agreed on is this idea that Han Solo should have died in Return of the Jedi. He should have sacrificed himself for his friends. And
I'm over that.
Oh, are you over that?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, because I was going to ask, do you care that whether or not he, there's been a lot of talk about Episode 7. Do you care whether or not he dies in Episode 7 or not?
It's not my highest ambition.
You give me a uniform. You give me a number on my back. I'll give you the guts.
I was wondering, Jackie Robinson kind of paved the way for so many baseball players down the line. I was wondering, who is that actor that in a way may have paved the way for you to be here? Who is in a way, I hate to say this, but like the Jackie Robinson of acting?
Well, Sidney Poitier is definitely you have to watch the Sidney Poitier movies.
You have to, man.
I mean, you have to watch Sidney Poitier to understand, Denzel Washington, to appreciate it, to understand Lawrence Fishburne and get like what does it mean to be that leading man and be African American and be the leading man. So I definitely think that he made people see the black actor in a different way.
I father, I Brooklyn Dodger them. I jack, I rob, I sin. Oh man, I'm Jackie Robinson. Except when I run base, I dodge the pen.
I'm just a ball player.
You a hero.
Why don't you look in the mirror? This is a white man's game. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. I'm a Brooklyn boy. I may take some getting used to.
Maybe tomorrow we'll all wear 42.